when leaders are asked if they would rather be feared or loved in today's ThinkShare. Hello and welcome to the Daily ThinkShare. My name is Zach. I'm here to bring to you what I've been thinking about, talking about, listening to that I don't have time to teach in math class. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. This morning on the KPTV, which is the YouTube channel that our school has to make announcements, to talk about recent news, one of the questions I was asked to a bunch of the people running for student council is, as a leader, would you rather be feared or loved? Someone made the Michael Scott quote comment is, I want them to fear how much they love me. And I was thinking about, after that quote was said, I thought to myself, what would it mean if they loved how much they feared? And I thought about this. There's this time at one point, I had this position as a manager to run a course. So the Landmark Forum for Teens is a course that needs to be filled by somebody. I was the registration captain to register people into the course. And I had someone that was my leader. He was one of the people that I would kind of come to. He sort of managed me. He would make sure I was on top of things. I remember not fearing him at all. And I was really good friends with him. I looked at him as a peer, but not as a manager, not as someone I almost feared a little bit. And I thought about, I think there were moments when there were breakdowns in our communication, our leadership, and sort of how my relationship was with him. And at one point, he said, all right, what do you got on tap for today? And I said, I'll be honest, I don't even know. He's like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. And it was like, finally put like the hammer down sort of on, I'd been messing up. And all of a sudden he was like, you gotta be present to that. Like, you gotta be aware of stuff. Like, you have a pretty big role, you gotta be aware. And it was like, all of a sudden I kind of felt good about the fact that he was holding me accountable. He's kind of coming down on me. And one of the things I've realized is that some of the leaders that I really look up to, a couple that I've met at Landmark, a couple that I've met as faculty or coworkers, are people that I love how they kind of put me in my place when I need to be. I love how they hold me accountable, and I'm almost a little bit fearful of when I don't have an assignment done or something, or I don't have my homework or whatever. And so I think that my answer to that original question is, would you rather be feared or loved? I want them to love how much they fear me. I want them to love the fact that there's a little piece of them that doesn't want to get in trouble, that knows I'm going to hold them accountable to something. And I think that when people love how much they fear something, it's sort of like...
12 seconds later.
There's kind of a physical metaphor for this, is when you're bowling, right? You can play with the lanes, with the gutters, or you can play with the little bumpers up. If you think about leadership as you are the bumpers to make sure that the people going down the lane don't fall in the gutter, and hitting up against that bumper time and time again, that's kind of what good leadership is. I think it helps us go down the path on our own, and whenever we bump up against that wall, it stops us from doing something stupid. So I don't know if that made sense, but let me know in the comments, what did you think about that? Would you rather be feared or loved? What would you say to that? I hope you enjoyed this. If you like to, give it a like. If you want more, subscribe, and you'll get notifications when I come up with this every day to ThinkShare. As always, thank you for watching, and stay weird.